We give Peggy. Is it good? Does everyone have this prayer book? Good. Okay. Oh, no.
I didn't see it.
No, he's in Las Vegas.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, he's visiting his mom.
Okay. That's why.
Yeah. Right.
I did not know.
Okay. Shabbat Shalom. We're so glad to have many of you here tonight, here and also online. This is something we've been working towards for a long time, to have Camp Shabbat and to have First Friday again and with a dinner afterwards. This has been a long, long road to get to this point. And I really appreciate everybody being here and everyone being here online. So I tried to pick music tonight that was often sung at the camps and is sung at the camps. Not all of it, but some of it. And Sam went to Jewish Sleepaway Camp also. Camp Luema, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but you went to Harlem maybe 1 year?
No.
No.
I've been to Colors.
Okay.
But
Oh,
not-
you did?
not- yeah.
Okay,
not
Camp
Colors.
Luema, which is in North Jersey. Okay. But Rabbi Klein is in Las Vegas visiting his mom, and we hope he's having a great time with his mom, Lois. But we're going to begin with our opening prayer, Hine Matov, on page 8. Accompanying me on the music tonight is Drew Miller and Sam Gunsberger.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
And now we're going to turn to page 4 in your prayer book and invite up Peg Baker to lead us in the candles and Kiddush. Peg is celebrating a very special birthday. And there's some other people celebrating birthdays here tonight as well. We'll talk about that later on. But our page is the 2 candles. Does anyone know what this is supposed to look like? Anyone have an idea? Yes, but it's supposed to look like a Hebrew word. Excellent answer, but it looks like a Hebrew word. What'd you say? Adonai. You're going to be over here, Peggy. So you're at the important podium. So everyone, we're on page 5.
It takes a village. God began the world by saying, "Let there be light."
Everyone, we begin Shabbat with candlelight saying, Baruch Atah Adonai.
God finished creating the world by making Shabbat a holy day.
We make Shabbat a holy day for ourselves.
May the warm glow of these candles remind us of God's light.
And may this Shabbat be a special holy time for us.
As these Shabbat candles, Baruch
Atah
Atah
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hag ner shel Shabbat.
As these candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We continue on page 7, and Peggy will read for us.
The heaven and earth were finished in all their array. On the 7th day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God stopped on the 7th day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the 7th day and declared it holy, because on that day God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
All right, we are in the middle of page 6, singing the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratza banu b'shabbat kodsho, v'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v're'eshit, ki hu yom tehillah l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat mitzrayim, ki vanu v'charta v'tanu kidasha mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava u'ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. L'chaim?
L'chaim.
Okay, no, it's all right. Oh, you're going to share with me? I'm just kidding. That's fine.
Okay,
Happy birthday, Peg.
thank you very much. Thank you.
We're going to continue
It's the closest I've been to you.
on page 22 with our call to worship. Please rise. Page 29. We're going to read the English responsively. I'll start. God, you gave us the Torah to show us that you love us. May it always be a friend at our side.
The Torah is our teacher. It tells us what is right and what is wrong. It shows us how to live good lives.
Be with us always when we study Torah. Be with us always as we try to live good lives.
We praise you, eternal God, who gave the Jewish people the Torah. It is your special gift to us. It is the gift of your love.
And then together, Baruch Atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Now move ahead 3 pages to this big yellow page.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Machuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Machuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Please be seated. We continue on page 36. Please chant with me. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובמלאכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם בארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים Ani Adonai Elohechem. Do you have a question? And I don't want this answer. So here's the question, and don't give me this answer. Where do you find the Ve'ahavta? And the the answer I don't want is in the prayer book, okay? Okay. Anyone remember where else you find this prayer, the Ve'ahavta prayer? There's two other places, very significant places. Ah. I didn't hear?
Google. He said on
Okay.
Google.
Dean, did you say that? All right, that's very helpful. Okay, but I was seeking a more actually old-fashioned answer. There's two very old places you can find the Ve'ahavta. And when I tell you, who said? In the Torah. In the Torah. Excellent. What's older than the Torah? Jill, fantastic. Jill is a graduate of our temple religious school, became bat mitzvah here. Okay. Jill is a 3-generation family, comes to a lot of services, knows the answers. Good job, Jill. Okay. There's one other significant place I want you to remember we find the Ve'ahavta. If I give you hints, you'll kind of get it immediately. What's, mezuzah. Thank you. Does everyone know what a mezuzah is? Mezuzah. It's not like gesundheit. Okay, a mezuzah is that slanty thing on the door. And inside it has a little scroll, and it has the Ve'ahavta in it. But why is the Ve'ahavta on the doorpost? It says so in the Ve'ahavta itself. It says to put it on the doorposts of our house. So that's why we put it there, on the doorposts of our house. So I hope that from now on you will always remember those answers, the Torah and in a mezuzah. And we're going to continue on page 38 with the singing of Micha Mocha.
Tehillah, Beleh, Tehillah, Beleh, Tehillah, Beleh, Tehillah, Beleh.
And now we're on page 42. Let's read together the English on 43. You are with us at all times, God, when we sleep and when we wake. When it is dark, we turn to you for light. When we are afraid, we turn to you for courage. When we feel weak, we turn to you for strength. Help us to know you are there. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Now we sing a version of that in Hebrew and English.
Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamideinu shomrenu l'chaim.
Sing that again.
Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamideinu shomrenu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamideinu shomrenu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamideinu shomrenu l'chaim, l'chaim.
And now we continue on page 44 as we remember the creation of the world and we sing B'Shamru. We're on page 46. Like that walk down bass you were doing. That was good. This is our Amidah prayer, and that means it's literally standing prayer. And it's the prayer that reminds us of the generations that come before us, because we are all predicated on those who came before us. So it also reminds us of God's presence in our world. So before we begin the Amidah, let's read the English together on page 47. I cannot see the wind at all or hold it in my hand, and yet I know there is a wind because it swirls in the sand. There is a wondrous wind because I glimpse its power, whenever it bends low a tree or sways the smallest flower. And God is very much like this, invisible as air. I cannot touch or see God, yet I know that God is there, because I glimpse God's wondrous work and goodness everywhere. Continue. Pray as if everything depended on God. Act as if everything depended on you. Please rise. This prayer goes on for several pages. From page 48. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zoher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Mevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, L'man Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer Moshe Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Mizrat Sarah. Turn the page. Atah Gibon Olam Adonai, Michei Kol atah, Rav L'Hoshia, Mashi HaRuach U'Marin HaGashem, Mechalkel Chayim B'Chesed, Mechayev HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somich Noflim D'Rofei Chodim, U'Matir Asurim, U'Mekayim Emunato, L'Shenei Afar, Michamocha B'al Gevurot, U'Midam Melech, Melech Memit U'Mechayeh, U'Matzmiach Yeshua, V'Neman Hatan HaChayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Continue. Atah Kadosh Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kedoshim B'chol Yom Yahaluch HaSama, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. We continue on page 60 with our prayer for peace.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. 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 Ki atah hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki atah hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam.
V'tov b'necha
Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam.
We pray silently.
Ose shalom miramav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen.
Good, Lily. I need some clapping here. Here you go. Keep going.
Ose shalom miramav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. 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 Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
All right, we're going to continue on page 120 with our Torah service. The number 120 is very significant. This is a very advanced question. Does anyone remember why 120 might be very significant?
Moses lived that long.
Religious course. Right.
Moses lived that long.
Yes, yes.
I knew
Drew,
it was.
a proud graduate of our religious school as well, a 3-generation family, gave the right answer.
Moses lived that long.
Okay, all right. But he went all the way through. If you know, so just keep going and I'm sure you're going to learn it. So please rise.
Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah. Le'amor Yisrael B'kedushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo.
So we have a adapted Hakafah. Wayne is going to bring the Torah up and down, but we want everyone to not clump on each other. So we're just symbolically bringing the Torah out and back, but don't everybody race over to touch it until we're out of this crisis.
Lecha Adonai Hagedura Hagevura Vatiferet V'Hanitzach V'Hahor Yichol Bashamayim U'Va'aretz Yichol Bashamayim U'Va'aretz Lecha Adonai Amadacha Le'Naseh Le'Chol Al Shom
on page 448 in the red Torah commentary. And for the honor of the Torah blessing, I thought it would be great if everyone sitting in their seats would lead the blessing, and I'll do the answering on it. So this Torah portion is called Bo, and it's actually about Moses and Pharaoh, and Moses representing the Israelites, and going to Pharaoh and asking Pharaoh to let the Israelites go because we were enslaved. And then each time there's a plague, and each time Pharaoh says that they can go, and then each time Pharaoh changes Pharaoh's mind over and over and over. And that's what this is about. This is about this dance between Moses and Pharaoh, going and asking, and Pharaoh saying no. Yes, and then no. Yes, and then no. And I was trying to think of a way that we could relate it a little bit to something relevant. And it kind of reminded me of two of the children I've been trying to raise. And that I'll come to them with, I'm sure, a brilliant idea. And often my children's first response is no, okay? I'm sure none of the children here ever do that. And the other thing they'll do is sometimes they'll say yes, but with qualifications, and then change their mind again. And it's really hard when somebody says no all the time, because if you say no, then you don't have new experiences. You never try new foods, you never go to new places, you never do new things. If you ever wanted to learn to ski, there's a point in which you have to learn to ski and get on the lift and go off the lift and start skiing. But if you're not open to that, you're never going to do it. You're never going to get that chance. And then you turn around and you realize you're 40-something years old and you're never going to learn to ski because you said no. Okay? And there are a lot of things people look back on and they realize they wish they had said yes to because they had the opportunity, but they said no. So when you have the opportunity to do something, you can say no. Unless your parents think you should say yes, and you should say yes. But consider maybe not automatically saying no and giving new opportunities a chance. So let's start with the Torah blessing. You guys begin. Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed. Baruch Atah. Amen. So on page 448, sentence number 1. So it's at the bottom of the paragraph. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe, bo el Paro, ki ani הכבדתי את ליבו ואת לב עבודיו למען שיתי אותותי אלה בקרבו ולמען תספר באוזני בנך ובן בנך את אשר התעלתי במצרים ואת אותותי אשר שמתי בם וידעתם Ani Adonai. Now you do the blessing after. Baruch atah natan lanu Torat. Amen. Please rise. Vezot haTorah asher sam Moshe לפני בני ישראל על-פי אדוני ביד משה וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל
al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Lai 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 lai
At this time in our service, we're thanking people in our community, people we know and we love, who need our special prayers of healing. Before I read the list that we have, if you have any names of people that you're especially praying for, whom you would like to say their name, please do so. We'll start over on this side of the room and just go like that, starting over here.
Barry Gilchrist, Travis Howard.
Anyone else? Sandra Jessup. And to their names we add these: Rabbi Robert Orak, Vicki Bernstein, Glenn Cohen, Nancy Baskin, Steve Goldsmith, Doreen Labradon Addison, Martha Brandween, Walter McWilliams. The Misha Berach prayer can be found back in your prayer book at page 125.
Sheberach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor habracha le'abotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We continue on page 126 as we return the Torah to the ark.
It is a tree of life to those who walk fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those who walk fast to it, all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom,
It is a tree,
shalom, shalom,
it's not a bush,
shalom, shalom,
the tree of life.
shalom, shalom, shalom.
Please be seated. This time I'd like to invite up everyone who's going to come talk to us about camp. And we're just going to have you start when you're ready. All right, this is Ethan Davis.
Hi, I'm Ethan, and last summer I went to Camp Harlem for my first time, and I never really expected to go to one of these sleepaway camps, but it was probably one of the most fun summers I ever had. So I made a bunch of friends. Everyone was really nice and friendly, and there's a ton to do. There's this huge lake with this really tall slide that we went in, and it's in the Pocono, so it's really beautiful. So we did some hiking and some mountain biking. And yeah, it's a great experience, and I really recommend it.
Thank you, Ethan.
I'm Holden Euclid, and I went to Camp Harlem for second session last summer. It was a really great experience, and I made a lot of new friends, and everyone there was very friendly. I also really enjoyed the art program, color war, and swimming in the lake. We also had plenty of free time in the cabin where we could play cards, read, and write letters home. And overall, Camp Harlem was just a great experience, and I can't wait to go back next summer.
I'm Lily Appio. I went to CAA, the Creative Arts Academy. It was a really good experience in order to focus on arts more and devote a lot of time to that, because I don't usually have time to get to devote to that. And it was a great opportunity to meet people with like very similar interests to me, and everyone there was very nice and welcoming, and I got to make a lot of friends that I wouldn't usually make, especially like my two best friends there were from Maryland and Pennsylvania, so I never would have met them if I went there, if I didn't go there.
Thanks, Lily. Who's next? Okay, Sokol. Send your hands.
Hi, I'm Carly. I'm Ava, and we go to Camp Harlem. This will be our 5th year at camp, and even though it's my last summer as a camper, which I'm sad about, I'm excited to go to Israel next summer.
And I'm excited to soak up every moment at camp until I go to Israel as well.
My favorite parts of camp are the memories and friendships that will last a lifetime.
I love everything about camp except for the food, and I feel so grateful that I have the opportunity to go.
Thank you, guys. And here you go. Hang on, Hannah. Okay.
I'm Hannah, and I went to Camp Harlem this year. When I first got to camp, I instantly felt at home with my bunkmates. I could have not asked for a better group of friends. I never felt lonely or excluded at camp. I was always happy to wake up and see what we'd get to do that way. If you ever felt sad or homesick, instantly several people would be at your side. At camp, we did so many things. Color war, where you were assigned to wear a color all week and competed against everyone else. An Israel Day, where we wore all white and blue and had a big celebration. We also had MTV night and the camp play. At MTV night, each bunk choreographed a dance to a different song. In the play I performed in was Shrek. I had so much fun with my friends practicing and getting ready for the play. We also had this morning meeting where everybody gathered after breakfast to hear what the weather was and if anybody had a birthday. I loved Friday nights when we got ready and went to Shabbat services. We sang and danced and had a great time. I even got to participate in a few songs up at the Bima one Shabbat night. My first experience at camp was amazing, and I can't wait to go back again.
Thank you, Hannah.
Shalom. My name is El Dollar, and I went to a Jewish sleepaway camp for the first time this past summer. I went to 6 Point Sports Academy in North Carolina. My experience was amazing. At 6 Points, we had groups and roommates. I had 3 other roommates, Lucy, Haley, and Gracie. We now have lifelong friendships. I even got to visit Gracie in Florida over fall break. Our group was called the Haifa Hornets. Our Haifa Hornets group had 4 counselors, Sylvia, Mai, Caroline, and Sidra. Mai was from Israel. 6 Points is a sports academy, so we got to play sports. Each kid got to choose a major. Mine was basketball. Although basketball was awesome, this year I'm going to try soccer. We also got to pick different electives every day. My favorite elective was Foursquare. During rest hour, we could write letters to our parents. On Shabbat, the whole camp dresses in white, and we have services outside, and campers participate in the service. It was beautiful. So if you love sports and love being Jewish, 6 Point Sports Academy is the place for you.
Hi, I'm Talia. I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to attend Camp Harlem. I have made so many wonderful friendships. Some of my fondest memories at Camp Harlem is gathering around the table after Friday night Shabbat. Another memory I have is getting dressed up for color war and getting to do all types of fun activities. I look forward to spending every summer with my friends at Camp Harlem. I especially look forward to attending the Israel trip with all my Camp Harlem friends. I would like to share my experiences with younger campers going to Camp Harlem by one day becoming a CIC and counselor.
Thank you, Talia. A lot of our kids have been going to camp because of the generosity of the Rivkin family, who has endowed it very, very wonderful scholarship at our synagogue. And the person who helps oversee the scholarship with me is in the back row. You've all emailed him, Stu Touchband, but you might not have known who he was. That is Stu and his beautiful wife, Cora. And Stu especially helps all of you get that when you apply for that. So thank you, Stu, for always making our temple such a special place. And I did speak to Judy tonight, and she was so excited that you guys were going to be here and talk about camp, and that she's excited to hear about what you loved about camp. She loves your thank you notes. It means a lot to her. And she just didn't feel like she should come out tonight, but she promised me that she would be online watching, and I'm grateful to you, Judy, so grateful to you. So now we're going to celebrate anybody who's celebrating a special birthday or an anniversary. If you'll come on up on the bima and go over to near the candles, okay? Anybody who has a birthday? Okay? All right? All right, and everybody with a birthday, kind of go over near the candles, okay? All right? Okay? All right? Jim, we are especially happy to celebrate this birthday with you, with what you've been through. It's a blessing. And we have some other people celebrating your birthday. Dylan, when's your birthday?
August 25th.
Yeah, buddy.
Really?
Why not? Why not?
Always better to be early. All right. So, people in January up here. Okay, Al, you have a birthday? Abby, sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead. January 9th. On
January
Sunday,
9th?
8th.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Do you have a birthday, Sarah? Or you're just
Yes.
here for, okay.
She was due on my birthday, but she came early. January 25th.
Oh, okay, end of the month. Harlan.
January 23rd.
All right.
January 14th.
January 14th. Sammy.
January 15th.
January 15th. And Peggy.
January 2nd.
January 2nd. All right. And Peggy's celebrating a very special birthday, and she sponsored our own egg, our dessert tonight at the after our service. And I wish all of you a very happy birthday, and John, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
It's our anniversary. John is a very happily retired teacher, but we got married on Martin Luther King weekend, so we would have an extra day for our honeymoon, and it was what?
Wouldn't have to take a sick day.
And you wouldn't have to take a sick day, and it's been 30 years. All joy. So let's sing happy birthday in Hebrew. Yom Huladet Sameach, Yom Huladet Sameach, Yom Huladet Sameach, Yom Huladet Sameach. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday and anniversary to you, happy birthday to you. Simen tov u'mazel tov u'mazel tov u'simen tov, simen tov u'mazel tov u'mazel tov, simen tov u'mazel tov u'mazel tov u'simen tov. Yehi lanu, yehi lanu, oh Israel. Yehi lanu, Happy birthday, everyone. You can go sit down. Okay. I'm still laughing about Dylan, I have to admit. It's pretty funny. Okay. We're going to continue on page 130 with our Aleinu prayer. Please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא עשנו כשמרי האדמה, והוא שמנו כשליחי התורה, שהוא שם חיינו איתם, וגור עלינו עם כל העולם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על
Itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. This week we are remembering Anne Mintz Ashkenaz, Eva Bernstein, Leonard Bleetstein, Rose Betty Kosberg Brinkman, Larry Brown, Dylan Buckner, Saul Dersch, Nathan Lewis Franklin, Richard Gaudet, Betty Goodstein, Harold Grauer, Arthur Hayet, Louis Hershey, Edith Joseph, Abe Kipnis, Linda Klein, Jordan Matthew Levinsky, Henry Miller, Dolores Phillips, Martin Ross, David Sandman, Bernice Schneider, Doris Solomon, Maurice Solomon, Doris Solomon, Maurice Solomon, Dorothy Wolfe, Murray Zatt. Are there any other names that you are remembering tonight? And in the who else? Okay. We're also remembering the period of Shloshim, Alan Stein, Bobby Goldstein, Jeremy Frank Gable, Rachel Brandel. We continue with the Kaddish prayer, page 134. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yamad yivrach hirtei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon u'chayedecho be'Yisrael, ba'agalal v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach leolam u'olmei almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiram be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom v'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom v'mramav, Ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Please be seated. We call on our temple president for our announcements.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm Wayne Hallard. On behalf of Monmouth Reformed Temple, I want to welcome you and thank you for joining us tonight. It's wonderful to see so many people in our sanctuary. We have some announcements for this evening, but first of all, for those who watch regularly or come regularly, no jacket and tie tonight. I got the memo.
That's
blue
right.
jeans and the white shirt. So tomorrow we have a Torah study starting at 9:30. Our January Tzedakah collection is supporting the Tinton Falls Public Library. The library closed in August of 2017 because of mold that was discovered in the attached trailer, which was connected to the building in 2015 for use as office and meeting space. The trailer is presently sealed off and slated to be removed as part of the wider remediation planned for the building. Ellen and Jay Goldberg are matching all donations. Mark your calendars for a very special Shabbat evening honoring the work of Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel and the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. next Friday, January 14th at 7 p.m. Rabbi Klein, Pastor Samaj Van Zant Sr. from the Second Baptist Church of Asbury Park, and the cantor Clouseau will lead the service along with the joint choir. Gwendolyn Love, the Executive Director of Lunch Break, will be the guest speaker. Also, another save the date, the Adult Education Program, 2 Lives, 1 Story, on Thursday, January 20th at 7:30. RSVP by January 18th. More information can be found in the e-blast. For the protection of our MRT family, please stay home if you feel sick or believe you've been exposed to COVID. Our synagogue continues to engage together in meaningful ways. We would love for more people to invest in our mission of helping others and connecting as a Jewish community. We welcome your investment and gift to help us continue to grow. For information on joining our MRT family or making a donation, please contact Jordana Steinberg in our office or visit our website, www.monmouthreformtemple.org. Rabbi and Cantor are always available as well. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Wayne. I want to take this time to thank Sam Gunsberger and Drew Miller, who made the music so special tonight, as always. And I want to thank all our young people who came out to share their experiences in camp. It means a lot to our congregation to hear about what you're doing in the summer. And I hope that you will all stay for dinner. Just a few parameters. Keep your mask on. And this is always a good idea, but like, don't touch everything. Just take your thing, put on your plate, keep your mask on, and then when you sit down, you can eat, and you can take off your mask. And then when you're ready, when you're done eating, put your mask back on. All right? And so that's how we're going to do it. And we think it'll be very safe. And we hope that you're going to stay. And with these safety parameters in mind, we're going to sing our closing song, 199, Am Yisrael Chai, the Jewish people lives.
Am Yisrael Chai, 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 Am Yisrael Chai. Oy Navinu, Oy Navinu, Oy Navinu Chai, Oy Navinu, Oy Navinu, Oy Navinu Chai, Oy Navinu, Oy Navinu, Oy Navinu Chai, Oy Navinu Chai. Am Yisrael Chai, 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 Am Yisrael Chai.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.